Hello, welcome to episode 2 of my cataract journey. This is the fourth case of my life. Recently I posted my first video, which was the third case. This was from the same surgical day. And yeah, basically I'm still having difficulties with breaking the cataract during the divide and conquer phase. So yeah, this is a pretty nice case. We're gonna just go through it and review my errors. Here I start with the incisions, which I normally don't have many problems with them. Putting in the viscoelastic, filling all the anterior chamber without over pressurizing it. And now, while I hold the eye with the OVD cannula, I do the incision and the main incision, and I start with the thistosome to do the capsulorhexis. In the recent case, in the other case that I uploaded, I had a very little bit of a difficulty doing the first flap. Here I do it pretty nicely. You can see it really well there. And then I start with the forceps to start the capsulorhexis, more or less like a 5.5 millimeter. In this case, I think it was more around the 5 millimeter. Sometimes I find it difficult to measure because, for example, in this case, it has a very dilated pupil, so it might be a little bit off when measuring the rhexis, and you have to be careful not to go too wide because of the very big dilation. And now, yeah, the rhexis went really well. Now I just get all the OVD out without much of a problem. And now the hydrodissection, starting in both sides, in the in the inferior and the superior part, and now trying to rotate the nucleus. I also do hydrodelineation. In the other video, some people commented that maybe you could not do the hydrodelineation and then you have an easier time taking the epinucleus out, but honestly I find it more safer at my stage to do the hydrodelineation, as I have a cushion behind the nucleus when doing the phaco. Here you can see the really nice golden ring of the delineation, and now I get my phaco probe in and we can start doing the groove. I take out the superior epinucleus first, and yeah, basically I start with the groove pretty nicely. Here you can see that my consultant is putting like trying to get some BSS out of the eye, because I'm pushing a lot the eye down. You can see here when I am trying to break, I'm pushing really hard down instead of pivoting the instruments inside. There I finally get to break, but I have to try and work on pivoting more the instruments, getting them deeper into the grooves without pushing the eye downwards, which is what I find more difficult right now. Here you can see when trying to break the other quadrants, I'm just pushing through the eye, just deepening it instead of pivoting the instruments and being more gentle on the eye. And yeah, keep in mind this was my fourth case, so I still have to work on that and just being softer on the eye and not being too harsh. Here I find it really difficult to break. I don't get the instruments deep enough. Also, just because of what I was talking, I'm not pivoting well, and yeah, it's the thing that I'm finding more difficult, and I'm just working on it. And here the consultant tells me to try and get the half of the nucleus out instead of doing quadrants. And yeah, here I do a maneuver which I get the nucleus, the half of the nucleus out, whilst with the manipulator I make space. Here you can see I make space on the other side of the nucleus to get the half of the nucleus out, and then I can take it out easier. That was a pretty nice move, and sometimes when you're finding difficulties to take a quadrant or take half of a nucleus out, you make space with your manipulator and then you can take it out easier. And yeah, it was not the neatest case. I should be trying to do a divide and conquer, but here I was just trying, honestly, as I found it difficult to to get the instruments deep, I just try to finish the cataract without any problems. But yeah, I should do 2 bigger grooves and work on getting deeper into the eye, which I think it will come with time and with practice. And yeah, here I take the P nucleus out. I help myself with my manipulator, like trying to move it from the inferior part. Here you can see that I'm still pressing a lot on the eye. It's always full of BSS due to me pushing a lot of the eye downwards, and that's why I have a lot of pulling of the BSS and find it at some parts difficult to see. And yeah, here I'm going through to the AI phase without too much of a big of a deal. And yeah, I start with the subincisional part. I try to get it out. I always try to get deep and when into behind the anterior rexis. And when you hear the bell, try to move from side to side the AI probe to get all the epinucleus out. Here I do it without much of big of a deal. And yes, I'm still even in this phase pushing a lot. Here I have to be very careful with not taking the irrigation out and losing the anterior chamber whilst I'm aspirating, which can be a big mistake, especially when you're with the phaco. And now, yeah, once all of the cortex is out, I just fill with BSS or with OVD. And yes, I'm trying to, here I think I remember I was with a little bit of BSS trying to push that little rest of cortex a little bit upwards. So now when I aspirate the OVD with the AI probe, I'll take it out and the lens doesn't go on top of it, which is sometimes pretty nice. There you can see that something of parts in the posterior capsule that I could have polished out. But yeah, I found out when I had already put in the OVD, so I just let it be. And now I put the lens in without a huge of a problem. There it goes. Here I remember the lens it got stuck in the incision because maybe I was not pushing hard enough. And here with the rotator I was able just to grab it and take the injector out, and now place the lens into the bag, which was right now out of the bag, rotating it. Yeah, now it's in the bag, and now I just aspirate the OVD out. And yes, I also take the rest of that little cortex that was still in the bag. And now once all the OVD out, once all of the OVD is out, I just hydrate the incisions. I hydrate the top part, the bottom part, and the side parts of the incision. And yeah, once I have a nice anterior chamber and there's no leakage, I just put the antibiotic in, and the case is done. So yes, here a little bit more of hydration. Here checking for the no leakage. I just with this strips I check that there's no leakage, and I also tap a little bit the incision so it seals a little bit better. I'm here letting a little bit of the antibiotic in, and yes, now it's all finally done. I let a little bit of liquid out because it was too hard. The eye was a little bit too hard, so I just press on just tapping inside on top of the eye. You can feel the pressure inside if it's too hard, and now you just tap a little bit on the paracentesis and you let it out, and that's the case. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.